So this is within the Magic Erase tool, and I've selected these areas to get rid of the black, and I'm wondering if you want to utilize this shape afterwards, if that's why you simply didn't and select this background and change it into a layer, which happens when we use the background erase tool. It just automatically unlocks it as we're using it, and then now it's just a layer. So I can't really know, because when I look at the tutorial, I see all the different shapes in the background and the motion that's used, and I wonder if you've intentionally put these shapes here and then you're going to take this and warp this somehow so it looks like there's motion. So that said, I'm just going to go forward with some other ideas. So now I have all these things selected and erased, and now there's a few things you could do. You can leave this layer as it is, and you can make a new background layer, and you can just fill, which would be Shift Command N to make a new background layer, and you could just fill it, which is Shift F5. You could just fill it with white. Okay, so now you still have the shapes in the background, and you could do whatever you want in this layer here, and you could just say, shapes layer. All right, so now it's filled, and like I said, I'm not sure what the intention is, but I wanted to show you one other thing that I did do, which is here in this background layer without changing any of the, trying to select it with or anything like that. I went ahead and I've got this selected, it's locked. Okay, so what I'm going to do is maybe I want to have the black shapes. Okay, so I'm going to just take the wand tool, and I want to say one thing. I think what happened with your file was sometimes if you haven't saved for a while, things get a little kludgy. It just gets too much data and gets just a little clogged up, so it doesn't know what you want. And then because it's just a bunch of math making shapes. Anyway, so what I want to say is possibly your settings on your erase tool up here, your option settings were different. You had maybe you had used it last time to do something else and you hadn't checked that. I really don't know what occurred, and I couldn't tell from your screen, your video, because it was so small. When I enlarged it, I couldn't really see any of the details. So I'm just making a lot of assumptions here, but you're doing a great job, and this is really coming out beautifully. So move forward and continue on. So the reason I'm going to invert this selection with Shift Command I, and then I'm actually just going to make a layer, Command C, Command V, so I have these shapes in the background, because like I said, it appeared to me that the shapes were being used and recolored and possibly exchanged, and you were going to make some motion or something like that with these shapes. I don't know. So or you honestly could just delete all this and just make a brand new background layer. In all honesty, you could go up here and just create a brand new, this is the new background. Okay, and we could just fill this right now. It's unlocked, so we could do whatever we want, and we could just fill it with white. But you still have these if you needed those shapes and you needed that space. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope it helps. I feel like you probably know these things, but I just wanted to get back to you and give you some guidance. So take care, and you're doing a great job.